people across the world. We are here for another edition of Heart to Heart. My name is Elmira. I am your host. On this show, we share stories of breakthrough with leaders from all over the world. Today, our guest is Bonnie Ryckova. She is a postural specialist. Our topic is getting to the root of your chronic pain. Oh my goodness. I used to deal with this a lot as a massage therapist with my clients, helping them to resolve pain, whether it was chronic pain, acute pain, back pain, shoulder pain, arm pain. One of the discoveries I made was the emotional effects or the emotional roots of the pain. Bonnie definitely has expertise, and through this conversation, she will share what she has discovered about the roots of this pain. Because a lot of times we will deal with pain, we'll want to mask it with medication. We will just ignore it. I mean, how many of us have done that? I've tried to do that myself, like ignoring the pain. That does not work. We have to resolve the pain because any pain in our body is a signal, it's an alarm. It's telling us, pay attention to me. Your back is hurting, pay attention to me. Your tooth aches, your feet, whatever it is that you're having challenges walking, you're having challenges with sleeping, anything, any type of pain is a signal, it's a symptom, it's a notice. It's putting you on guard that, hey, you need to wake up, hey, you need to pay attention. The pain is not there to harm us. Let me say that again. The pain is not there to harm us. You just have to go with it. Let me just let her know um, that I am live. Again, the pain is not there to harm us. It's there to make us aware of what's going on. I recall like having, oh, I thought that was a snake across the way. It's actually something else. I'm like, oh no, that's not a snake, that's just a cord on the neighbor's house. But here I am getting distracted. It's not a snake. Hey, that snake is like can be like pain too. It's like, okay, but we're not. I don't even know why I thought that was a snake. We are in business. Let's check it out. I'm sitting here just I'm chuckling hard over that. I really thought that was a snake, but it is not. It is not a snake. Can you see me, Bonnie? I don't know. It
I
said
I can't see you. I can see myself, so I'm not sure if I am with you.
you are on video. Give me a second. I want to check something because sometimes on Instagram, it's it will have a glitch and we are both on the screen, but it's showing that we're not. So give me a moment. I want to see. I'm checking my other phone to see
Julia.
if we're good. Um, how
I'm
are
not
you
sure if
doing today?
I am very good. Thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm good. I got up early this morning. I feel like I need to, yeah, we talk about that today too. I feel like I need to do some extra yoga or something. Like my neck on this left side of my body is
All
feeling
right.
rather stiff. Hold on a second, because I cannot, um, I'm not seeing anything. Uh, I guess we will move forward because I think we're good. I just can't. I can't see it, but it's okay. We will continue the conversation. Something's
Let's
going on weird with
exactly
Instagram.
let's just get with it and see. I'm sure that the video at the end is going to be probably full video.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's good. Okay, well tell me because I had you on this broadcast, probably 2 years ago, and we were talking about a lot of stuff when it comes to posture and pain and body maintenance and everything. What have you most recently discovered about chronic pain?
Yeah, so I had really interesting journey, I would say, since I saw you last time. And to be honest, if we didn't have the conversation last time, maybe I wouldn't go towards the journey I've been going. Because if you remember, last time when we spoke, I said something that the face is extension of the body. And I
Mm-hmm.
always believed that we can't really separate face and the body. And interestingly, I could see many and many YouTube videos about these topics. So it's got more popular and people realize that we can't really separate one part from the other part. And last year, I learned about a brain-body approach, and it all made sense to me in terms of what I've been going through since I was a child and everything what my clients are going through. So basically, our brain is giving commands to our body. It's the brain which is actually saying to our body exactly what to do, how to
Mm-hmm.
position our body in space, and what to do if we are walking and we are maybe stepping on uneven surface. It will be actually the brain commands saying to the body what to do exactly, how to suddenly balance, how to basically step without falling over, and so on. So it just shows that actually the brain-body approach and body-brain approach to posture and joint rehabilitation, it's the way forward. Because if we do one without the other, we are not actually getting the full picture and the full solution. We will get some results, but more likely not getting the full results which we all can get.
Yeah, so this brain body connection is informing you and informing us that I want these full results. What have you noticed since implementing this, where you are like analyzing with the clients what the brain is doing, what the mind is doing,
Yeah.
and not just the posture?
So what happens is that we all are walking on our feet. We all are using the eyes. So these two places, your feet and your eyes, are actually the best indicators of what is going on in your body. So for example, if I see a client's posture and I just look at the posture head to toe and I see certain things, I can already say that there is more likely going to be a problem in the eyes area or eye area or head space, or the problem is going to be in the feet, or both. Both. If I was to have a conversation with client about what they are experiencing, when exactly they are experiencing pain, is it morning? Is it midday? Is it afternoon? Or is it the whole day? I can already say where the pain is more likely, where the root cause of the pain is. So if you are experiencing pain the whole day, more likely there is an imbalance in eyes and feet and jaw. If we are experiencing pain just in the morning, we have a little bit of stiffness, that might be just one part, not all of it. So all these things are already basically telling us where to look for the root cause. We are just eliminating everything else. But the best thing, to be honest, it's to check everything because it doesn't take long. And I specifically check full body posture, head to toe, and then I check feet and eyes separately because we do some movement assessment to check if the eyes are working well and if the feet, how the feet are actually working. We can see what the foot is doing in terms of foot posture. So when we start working, for example, with feet, and we start stimulating the feet receptors, which we all have a receptors in our skin everywhere in the body, but in the sole of the feet we have receptors as well, which are basically scanning how we are stepping, how we are walking. So we are basically scanning what is happening underneath our feet and above the feet. And if our foot posture is not really right, if our feet are pronating or supinating, many people have both pronation, supination. It's called mixed foot posture. It's about 70 to 80% of people. Then basically the receptors which we have in the sole of our feet are not sending full information to our brain. So our brain gets mixed information from the left foot and the right foot, and then our brain has to decide what to do, how to position the body, what to do with the body, which muscles to contract, and what to do exactly with joints. So it means that we can restore this balance from the feet up to the brain by sending much better information. And once we do this, our body starts realigning itself. Because once the brain gets better information, the brain can send much better information back to the body. So in this case, body will start responding in a much better way, positioning its joints and bones, contracting correctly the muscles. So we start gradually realigning, and that has a massive impact and positive impact, not only on feet or joints above the feet. So we are talking about knees, hips, pelvis, spine. It has a huge impact on the whole body, positive impact. So less pain, better posture, better movement, less stiffness. But we also know that posture affects other parts, something else inside the body. Our posture affects our digestion. Our posture affects the endocrine system, so hormonal system. Our posture has a lot to do with everything else, what's going on inside. So we often think about our posture as rounded shoulders, and that's it. It's actually more than this. There's more things happening inside the body. It's not just about position of the joint. It's everything else which is secretly happening underneath the skin.
Well, tell me more about that because you're saying the posture, and I know this from doing massage therapy and doing the postural assessment for clients. You just stated posture is more than rounded shoulders or curved back or lateral curvature in the spine. What are some of those other things contributing to the posture beneath the skin?
Well, the stress, as we know, has an impact on everything, including posture. So when we are stressed, everything tenses in the body. And then obviously, if something keeps or holds the tension for longer, as you know from massage, the body starts changing. So the tight muscles pull the joints off the ideal alignment, which creates the misalignment in the body and will affect posture in the long term. But on the other hand, it also affects our mental well-being and it affects us emotionally. So we get in this loop of, okay, the faulty posture, too much tension, muscular imbalance, our emotional well-being, mood is affected. We start feeling like not feeling ourselves. We feel a little bit like we don't feel like to do much. We feel like to be resting. It basically impacts the energy of our body. So it impacts every other area of our life, because we change as a human being. We basically change through everything that is happening inside, and then it just cascades. This has a domino effect on, as I mentioned, the hormonal system. It can impact blood pressure, um, which often people basically are given medication, but well, improving posture has lots to do and has a positive impact on blood pressure as well. So I would say it does affect everything. We can't really say it's one or the other. It just goes hand to hand, as our body starts changing, and the change is actually happening gradually, but also the change at the end. For example, if I have a client who is 80, the change is massive. It's different from a client who starts when they are 40. But me as a practitioner, I meet my client when my client is in whatever stage. And we gradually start untangling everything. It's a gradual process, which can take quite a lot of time. With some clients takes less, some clients takes much longer. Like 70-year-old client, very stiff, never did any mobility, never went for a massage. So you can imagine the body is just locked. Every single joint is just locked. But we can unlock it gradually. But with the brain-body approach, we can unlock it much faster, much faster. And this is what people are not aware of yet. It's still a little bit not hidden, but unless you are interested in the subject, you won't really see it. It's not mainstream. The mainstream is still go to a classes, do yoga, do Pilates, stretch, do some mobility, but no one is really talking start with the brain, because you get much better results. I'm not saying don't do the other things. They are still having place and they are important as well. But doing, let's say, I would call it brain drills, could be a really good idea. Or just simply starting with your feet by stimulating your feet, which you can do easily with rolling your foot with a tennis ball or spiky ball. But that is not going to be enough.
What kind of, okay, you were talking about something, and because I'm in the space, I've heard a lot of people mention it now, and I think it's just because we're in that time where the brain body connection is prevalent. Like, people are, even though it may not be mainstream, people are growing to understand how important the brain is, how important the emotions are to chronic pain. What do you attest to that? Like, because you have plenty of clients, how have they become ready for being willing to listen to this brain factor and not just simply go with, oh, I need to do these exercises, or just going to physical therapy is going to help me? What makes them ready?
Unfortunately, I usually see clients in the state where they don't have option.
Oh.
So, or they have two options. One option is surgery, and most of the people would do anything to avoid surgery. And then in that state, they are open to listen, they are open to try things. Not all of them. Not all of them. So I had clients who tried, but for short space of time to see difference. And for them, it was easier to go for surgery when it came to, for example, back issues, rather than to stick to holistic ways. Some clients, they would do anything and they would really be very committed and persistent and they would just follow the advice to the T. And these clients get better. Takes time, but these clients are the most loyal clients I have. And they get better, and not only that, they permanently change their body towards better. But the thing is, it's not like doing something for a short period of time and then stopping and not doing anything. So my loyal clients, which I've been having for 10 plus years, they realize that this is something they have to carry on for the rest of their lives because it's their body and the body is aging.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no cure for age, is it? So the only way what we can do, and all of us, is to start understanding our own body. Everyone's body is different in terms of what the body needs, what the body is struggling with, where the body is compensating. It really all depends on our lifestyle, past injuries, health conditions, fitness level, lots of things. So once we learn about what our own body really needs and what works, then it gets easier. So I am trying to get my client from not knowing anything to start listening to their own body, feeling their own body and what it needs. And then I'm just giving them the guidance of what is better, what works, what doesn't work. So I'm just guiding the client to do more of what works and then replacing what doesn't work anymore to get to progress them, because we always need to progress. We can't just be stuck with same thing. That's not progression.
Totally.
So we can't be stuck with doing the same exercise. We can't be stuck with doing the same intensity and so on. So we just need to progress. And we as a human beings, we like actually routine, but we also like to stick to the known, to stick to what works. But sometimes we stick to what works for far too long and then we don't progress. So that's what I do for my clients. I make sure that they are actually progressing. They are just not taking the easy way, doing the same thing. But yeah, it is a process. It's a journey. It's a process. The journey for everyone might be slightly different, even though in nutshell it's the same for me as a practitioner, but it doesn't feel the same as for clients. But yeah, it's something which I believe everyone should be doing to getting know their body on a deeper level.
Yeah, and I can tell you it's interesting. Two of the things you mentioned, the feet and the eyes, I've been focused on that. Like I've been taking this with this movement practitioner. He has this thing called Free Your Feet Friday. So I have been going to that for about 5 weeks where we do these foot exercises to encourage balance. And then this week I discovered this lady, Claudia, who does like clear vision, and she's been giving us notes, ways we can improve our eyes, relax our eyes. One of the things she said this week, which shook me, was blinking. She's like, you need to blink. And people who, like me, I'm wearing glasses. It's like, she's like, you don't blink enough. I'm like, oh my goodness. What have you noticed with that? Like specific things going on in people's feet and people's eyes?
So I don't concentrate as much on kind of the general eye exercises or feet exercises. So I concentrate more on really stimulating the receptors we have and to get the better information to the brain through the neural pathways. So the approach
Mm-hmm.
is slightly different. Um, there are many people who's got flat feet, but there are also many people who's got mixed foot. when we look at when I look at the people's posture, I can almost say in 90% what foot posture the person has just by looking their posture, because the pattern is similar. So people with flat feet will have a very similar patterns in terms of their body posture, what works, what doesn't work. And people with mixed foot will have a very similar posture. So people with mixed foot will have usually, so I'm talking about decompensations that are happening for decades, not just something recent. So people will have one shoulder lower than the other. People may tilt their head away from the shoulder, which is lower, just to balance basically the posture. People may have a slightly shorter waist when you would look their body. For example, when they are, women wearing sports bra or men without t-shirt. So it's quite noticeable. It's harder to notice when someone is wearing, baggy clothing. So the waist will be slightly like compressed or looking shorter. Sometimes it's different from when we look at the people from the back and the front. And when I look at people's pelvis or bottom, the pelvis will be rotated. With supinated foot, the pelvis usually rotates backwards. With pronated feet, pelvis is rotated forward, so they will have quite a huge lordosis and flat ribcage, flat chest. So yeah, so basically it's a pattern. So what I am doing, I'm observing the pattern. I see where the head sits, where the shoulder sits, where the waist is each side, where the pelvis sits, and down to the lower body joints and obviously feet. So everyone will have a certain pattern in their body where the body wants to go, the direction the body wants to go. We need to basically break the habit, break the pattern of the body. And as you know, from the mindset point of view, breaking habits is not easy, is it?
Not
We all have a
always.
habit.
No,
But
it's not.
this habit of your body in terms of posture is unconscious. You don't even know you have it. And that's the trouble. You don't know. So I make you aware what is happening so you can see it on pictures. You can see it basically visually, so you can really see it for yourself and connect to it, because you wouldn't know actually what is happening. And then I use rehab exercises. I use mainly Pilates rehab for the foundation, which is more about activating, stabilizing muscles around the joints. So it's quite precise work. So I make the clients to feel exactly what to do, like to the very, very detail. So this way, the client really learns how to position the joints and what is right, what is wrong, because the client wouldn't know. And this way, we are breaking the habits. You're just making the aware of where the body is, where the body should be. We start to work on those habits, correcting them physically. But in terms of the brain body training, we have tools, and I just brought one of the tools for feet. These are special insoles. They are flat, they are thin, they are not orthotics. So these insoles, they have a frequency here in this little circle, which sends with a 90 hertz frequency, which stimulates all receptors in the sole of the feet. There are 5 different receptors doing different things in our feet. They are all around the feet. And the frequency basically stimulates the receptors, and the receptors send information to our brain about where the body is exactly. And because all those receptors are stimulated, they are sending their information about where the body is in a space, all of those receptors. If the feet are imbalanced, only some of the receptors will send information to the brain, not all of them. And this is the problem. So we are basically making things easier for the body to realign through these special, they are called therapeutic insoles. They are from Posture Pro, which works on completely different basis than orthotics, completely different thing. They are not forcing your posture, they are helping you to get better information from the feet to the brain. I can then send a link as well.
Yes,
Post a
send the
link.
link because I've seen those things. You showed them. They're
Yeah,
so
I did
thin.
on one video. Yeah.
So like,
So yeah, these are very helpful. I wear the so I've been trying. I am kind of a person who tests everything. I test things for a couple of months to see how my body feels, how my body is reacting.
yeah.
I don't recommend before I test. So I've been wearing these for, I would say, 4 months. Before I tried different ones which work on a different basis. We are just activating the sole of the foot. We are not talking to our brain. We're just activating the sole of the feet, stimulating the skin, which is beneficial as well. Especially, I would recommend those for children with having issues with sensitivity, the way how they are basically walking. You may notice some children are walking on tippy toes. I see it when I walk my son to school. Some children are on their tippy toes walking. They're not really placing the feet flat on the floor, on the ground. I see lots of children with actually flat feet. And that's worrying. That's very worrying. And there are things which parents definitely can do. The system is same for children as for adults. So yeah, so this is just helping. This is like helping to get in better alignment faster. It's a shortcut. It's an unbelievable shortcut for the body. We didn't have this a few years ago. Neuroscience got much further with AI and everything. So our actually the health and what we can do for our health is going forward much faster. We just don't know about these things yet because it's not still mainstream. And for the eyes, we are basically training your eye muscles. And as we know from face yoga, we are able to train the 6 eye muscles. But what we don't know is that if our eyes are having problems with eye vergence, so basically we have an eye convergence, eye divergence. I have a right eye divergence since I was baby. I didn't know. I had zero idea how it affects my body. I didn't get any advice. I know as a child I was wearing a patch on one eye because the lazy eye was just traveling somewhere else. And last year when I went through the training, it clicked in my head. It was like, oh my God, this is what I've been struggling with since I was baby. And no wonder my body is doing what my body has been doing on my right hand side because my right eye is divergent, is lazy eye. So it just really made sense of what I was going through since childhood until now, why things were happening the way they are happening in my body. So, but we can fix it. We can fix it with eye exercises that are very specific, but we need to be careful we don't strain the eye because we know the eye are very close to the nerve, cranial nerves. If we overdo it, we will create more and more tension in the scalp and in the occipital muscle at the base of the scalp. And this is what I've been experiencing. I didn't know why. So when I trained as a face yoga teacher, as you know, when I was practicing face yoga, I was getting this tension in my scalp and at the base. And I didn't know why. And I did ask, I questioned it. I didn't get the answers. I was like, this has to do something with body. And I was certain that it has to do something with body. Then I discovered that my jaw is misaligned. Again, it's another component that
But which
misaligned
joint? You
jaw.
said a joint is misaligned. Where? Where is that joint?
So with the eyes, your eye muscles are controlled by your eye muscles are controlled by those six. So there are six eye muscles that are controlling the eyeballs. If someone has a divergent or convergent eye, convergence insufficiency, meaning that when we do the test, the eyes are not going to go in towards the nose. One eye will stay stuck, not going towards the nose. This will basically be positive test saying your eyes has a convergence insufficiency. If your eye is lazy and your eye is traveling when you are trying to focus on one object, you will have an eye convergence. It means that there is not sufficient information input going to the brain from the left and right eye. It means you are not going to be really positioning your body in space correctly. If you strain your eyes by overdoing eye exercises, or face yoga poses where you are using eyes a lot. We open the eyes, we doing all sorts of eye poses in face yoga. You might be you might be straining those eye muscles that are not strong enough, and you might be creating extra tension in the scalp and in the occipital muscle, which is at the base of the skull. Lots of people have a tension in that area, not knowing. If you were to put your thumbs under the skull and going maybe from the ears under, just palpating, you may feel some tender spots just at the edge of the bone of your skull, basically. We can tip the head and go a little bit deeper. So if there are any tender points, that could mean that the jaw is misaligned, which will tense the area as well. So your jaw joints are misaligned, and your eye muscles are not balanced. So tension in the scalp and in the neck can tell us a lot what might be happening with your eyes or with your jaw. But what many people don't know, because we have the cranial nerves, so your facial nerves, there are loads of them, and the branches are basically spread everywhere, along the jawline, underneath the cheek area, and above the eyebrows. Because we have so many nerves in the face, and those nerves connect to the brain, certain parts of the brain, we don't realize that actually the eye strain or eye divergence problem and jaw issues will affect how our brain, what kind of information or input our brain receives, and how our brain takes this information and sends it back to the body. So if we get not full information from the left side and right side of the body, through your eyes, through how your jaw is aligned, through the ears, through your feet, our brain can't send proper information back to the body. So we are getting into this loop of not having proper input and output. So it's like software, basically. If you are using ChatGPT and you put not really great prompt, you are not going to really get great output information. So it's similar. Our brain is like a very sophisticated computer system which needs good information, good input, which gets from our body parts. So when the body is misaligned, there's not going to be really good information or input to the brain. So we need to really look at it, check everything, and see how we can improve it, how we can get better information to the brain to help our body, and then how we can restore our body, our posture, our alignment, our joint alignment, to get that back, to get that information from the muscles, from the tendons and ligaments to the brain. So it's not one or the other. It just everything has to work together.
Right.
It
Right.
sounds complex, but it's not complex. This is how our body works.
Yeah, so it's like it's sending these signals consistently.
It's sending
like,
signals
do
into
this,
the
do that.
body part. Yeah, it's your brain is sending signals to the muscles to contract, right? So yes, your brain can set completely faulty information to the muscles to contract. So, and we can see this with stress. Why your muscles contract when you are in stress? You don't want the muscles contract. You didn't tell your brain to contract the muscles, did you? So
Yeah, I sure didn't.
it's a stress response, which obviously is controlled by hormones, cortisol. So we can do something about stress. We can calm down. We can practice. We can have a tools which we can practice to relax and so on, to reduce the cortisol levels. It means less tension, and the brain will actually restore itself. Again, it's neural signals, it's neural pathways. But at the same time, when the joint gets misaligned, either injury or because of our posture, because of the way we are using our body, our lifestyle habits, the muscles get weak and tense in certain parts around the joint. It means those muscles are also sending signals to the brain. So the signals to the brain come from every single body part, including skin. So skin receptors, muscles, joints, ligaments, tendons. They all send information to the brain.
Yeah, and kind of what I'm hearing you say, Bonnie, is the more we can get this, our whole body to relax, the better we will be. And what I mean is like consistent relaxation, where the brain automatically knows to relax instead of automatically knows to be in stress. Does that sound right?
Yes and no. So I think science is saying that a certain level of stress is sort of good for us. It's keeping us safe in a way. So, and obviously that's from past where there was a danger. The stress actually saved us. You know, when we had to run, we were running. We were not relaxed. So the response, the stress response, I think has its place in our body, but we are just using it in a wrong way.
Gotcha.
We
Gotcha.
stress when there is no danger. No, there's no real danger. So again, it's the way how we started to respond to those stress kind of the stressful environment around us. It's not a real danger for our human body. But when it comes to, for example, when I'm thinking about injuries, so for example, you'll be on your bike and there'll be car coming very close, and you are just going on your bike and the car is approaching you really close. So the stress which will be created in your body because you will see the car clearly approaching you will be to pedal faster. And that's good stress. You need to get out.
Yeah, because I don't want to get hit. It's like,
So that
I
is that
don't.
good stress, that survival stress, where, okay, I really need to get out of here, and then you will relax, yeah? Then no danger, nothing happened, then you will calm down. But obviously the stress from this situation might stay in your body, not even knowing, because it was just too much for you, for your system to handle. So it may still stay in your nervous system. So then the relaxation, as you said, that is essential to release actually the stress which accumulates in our body without even us noticing. So the stressful situation which I may have on my bike and the car may still be in my body without me even knowing. So what would be sensible thing to do at the end of every single day is to put our body in a deep relaxation, to put our brain in a deep relaxation. And there are lots of techniques. I'm not really, specialist on these techniques, but I know there's a hypnotherapy, I know there's a meditation, and I know that sleep itself, even if you don't do hypnotherapy or meditation, good quality sleep will also restore your brain function and give your brain break, basically. So your brain can really recharge and detoxify from all the accumulated waste and toxins and everything else which goes everywhere in the body. So having good quality sleep, if you don't do anything else, it's a must.
Yeah, I've noticed when I don't get sleep, that's when I'm stressed or I might feel some pain in my body. And it was just, I didn't get the proper rest. It literally was, I didn't
Exactly,
get
and
it.
it's easy to notice when we get up in the morning and you feel not rested. It means you didn't get the deep sleep which your body needs, and you will feel sort of kind of on the edge, like you will feel restless the whole day. You will feel like a little bit nervous or restless, or yeah, feeling
Mhm.
stressed, probably for the rest of the day. And also you will feel more tired during the day, and you will crave break. You will crave sweets. You will crave the other things maybe which are not good for your body either. So all this goes hand to hand with also muscle relaxation. Our muscles need to relax. They shouldn't be under tension all the time, which will help to relax our nervous system. It will help to detoxify our body, our lymphatic system, and it will also help our fascia to relax because that is super important. Um, yeah, many people still don't know much about fascia, uh, but if there are restrictions in the body in the long term, and especially misalignment in the body, the fascia will be definitely affected in that part of the body or somewhere else as well. And we need to sort of untangle it. But again, everything starts with the brain or body approach because it's full body. It works on the nervous system. And we know that the nervous system is really close to the fascial system and lymphatic system. The muscles are actually more superficial. So we've been so much conditioned to work on the muscle part because that's the thing which we can train in a gym and we can train. We were not really taught much about how it works beneath the muscles and what we need to do to get the full picture and the full solution, the full recovery, and pain relief in the long run.
Yeah, because you do want that long-term results. And as we close, I know you have an offer, a one-on-one postural assessment. How can people book that assessment with you?
So my free online posture audit is for anyone who is suffering from recurring pain in their body, especially joints or back. and haven't been really getting much results with the conventional methods like physiotherapy, osteopath, chiropractor, massage. Basically, it's for someone who tried it all and not getting really real results or relief. So what we do is, so this postural audit is based on your postural photos. So if the person books, they will send me 4 photos of their body, head to toe. I will analyze it, and then we will have a chat. I will show the person exactly what has been happening in the body. I show exactly what I see, and I will explain what it means for the body and what is the best to approach it. What is the best way, where to start, what to do, because it can be quite overwhelming. So I will make it easy to understand and easy to point out the person what to do exactly, where to start. And the posture audit can be booked through my website shop. I will put the link in the comments directly to the posture audit. So once you basically book the posture audit, you will be sent automatically an email with instructions how to take your postural photos and how to send it back to me. And then we arrange the one-to-one chat about your body and how to make your body feel good for longer and pain-free.
Yeah, because that's the results we want. It's like making the body feel good for longer. One final question I ask everybody is, what is your greatest breakthrough when it comes to chronic pain? What would you say is your greatest breakthrough?
Well, my greatest breakthrough was really the brain approach, really learning about how the brain actually works, how the brain is communicating with muscles, tendons, and ligaments, because this is what I've been concentrating for 15 years and not knowing that the brain is actually controlling and we can reset it through feet, through eyes, through jaw, and actually the results are extremely fast. When I saw it, how fast the results can be, I was mind blown, and that was the point when I decided I'm going with this route and really teaching people how I can do it as well. And it's not complicated at all. It's really about understanding how it works, and then I would say it's easy. It's actually easier than going to the gym. and
Now that's easy.
and trying to be consistent with the workouts and so on. I'm not saying gym is not important. It is, and I love gym, going to the gym. But getting the relief which people really want, especially if they've been in pain for long, could be super fast with the brain body approach. And I think it's the greatest gift I can give everyone to teach them how to do it.
Awesome, awesome. Well, you all have heard it right here. Thank you again, Bonnie.
Yeah, well,
Make sure you all reach out to her for your posture audit. I'll put the link under this video. That way you can contact her because she's made it really simple. You send in the photographs and she will make the assessment for you and give you directives on what you need to do. Well, everyone, this has been another edition of Heart to Heart. We will see you next time. Bye.
Thank you so much for having me. Bye.
Yes, you're welcome. Thanks for coming back.
You're welcome.